Okay. Can't
I'll
see
wait
the
for a minute or so while you paste the link and people start
audio
joining
check.
in. Then we'll do the intro. Do you see the link yet?
Yep.
Awesome.
I hope I can, like, I hope I'm audible. I can hear you. I can't hear anyone.
एक बार हाँ देख लो.
Okay. I'm seeing people going off track and everything. Baz having a bit of fun. So again, my voice is a little dicey. But yes, we are live. So Malav, please do the introduction.
All right, welcome back everyone to Indian Racing League. This is season 15 and I believe it is round 6 in Monaco. We are halfway through the season once we are done with this race, and you can see as we have joined very late in qualifying. Apologies for that. There were system updates and whatnot. I had to literally remind my PlayStation that it still had a purpose, and yeah, we are here now. Chips is with me in the comms box as always, and Chips, it is wet qualifying in Monaco. Cannot really get, while it's not full wet, so it can get more difficult, but still pretty dire conditions for the drivers. As I'm spectating Basil, who's right now chasing pole as he has Redstone up, and the car ahead of him not really going fast enough. That's a Red Bull. I don't know who that was.
I think that's Sid B.
That is Sidway, yes. Basil down on
Greetings,
his time
everyone.
and he needs Basil all out of sorts. Through the swimming pool section, you can see him sliding around on a straight, and I think he banged his wheel into the barriers there. But VFix has popped up into P2 meanwhile, but still
Yes.
3 tenths from Redstone. Redstone, by the way, 4 races. Baz has got pole once, but yeah, he's won 4 out of 4 races he has started in.
Yes, he's
So
won every single race he started. I think that
it's
is the tradition at this point. You just expect that
yeah,
when
that's
Redstone's on track,
that's
it's
yeah.
most
Has he
likely
has he
him
done
bigger.
that in a season? I mean, he might have. I won't be surprised if he has already done that, where he has won all the races he has
I don't think
participated
he's
in
been
a
able to
season.
attend every race in a season
No,
like
that's
that.
not the record I'm talking about. I'm just talking about, let's say, if he
Oh,
participated in
every
10
race
out
is
of
entered.
12 season. Yeah, every
Understood,
race is
understood.
entered. Yeah, might have just done that,
Uh,
but he's on track to
he
do it
could be going
again.
for it this season.
Yeah, he could be going for it this season as
Oh,
Shooter slides his way.
sliding around.
Uh, but yes, that is terrifying. Srivat's behind him with 3 P2s and 1 race win, 15 points adrift. So Srivat's very good pace this season. VFix in P3, a further 22 points behind. So Redstone still leading the way as expected. And Chips now he is, I think, the top of the leaderboard when it comes to the most race wins in IRL history. So
He is, and I think that's something Caesar announced sometime back. So I
yeah, I
think
think
that
that
is
was a
one of the
couple of
most,
races back, maybe in Monza when he
yep,
achieved that feat.
one
So
of the most brilliant starts one can ever hope to get. So well done to him. Very well done. I think
absolutely.
he's a few ways away still from getting the most points. I think Caesar and Vivek still hold the honors for that one, thanks to their many championships. But yeah, Redstone is going for it. He will definitely be very upset with that. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was last season with the one with
Yeah, it
Jishnu
was.
at
Yeah, it
Austria.
was last. I think it was last
Last
to last
season, yeah.
season.
Yeah, last to last. Yeah, Baz
Where
won the previous one.
and
Yeah,
yeah, and did we commentate on that Australia race together? We might have
I
the
think I
season
was in the
finale.
comment section supporting you on.
Okay.
I don't
I
think I
don't know
had
if
it.
I had co-coms, but what a topsy-turvy race that was. Baz, by the way, has had a blitzering second sector. Let's go on board with him in the third sector. As you can see him fighting the car there in his beloved McLaren team that's not doing as great in real life as they did last season. But across the line he comes, should be P2, yes, he is very close. That was mighty close from Baz.
It's a
He is
great lap.
on some pace tonight. That his qualifying over, by the way. He doesn't have any more battery, but
Redstone's on a lap.
7,000 drift, and Redstone is on a lap and he's up by almost 1.5 tenths. So Redstone right now, as it stands, comfortably with the pole position in his grasp, unless someone like
There is
VFix.
one person, yeah, Vifix, who could take that away. His old, or maybe not his old, his current nemesis as well, Vifix, given we had a report from between each of them in the previous race. So
Yeah,
these
which
two have a
was
lot
of
of
course
history.
appealed as well.
Yes, a lot of history, and he's slowing down. I think Vifix has
Yeah, I
called
saw
time
him
on his
coasting
session.
through the. Yeah, I
Oh, there
think
you go.
that's the end of
That is a
Redstone.
definite
My
telltale
God,
sign.
that is
Wow.
some pace.
Could you go to the 117?
Yeah, he's just about there or thereabouts. If he gains some more time in the final sector, he could be tipping into the 117s, and what a lap
Company
that would
modes.
be. Let's see as he sticks to the right of the track across the line. Oh my!
Casual
What is the
Friday.
point of doing qualifying? I mean,
Casual Friday.
casual Friday, just a regular Friday for Shooter. By the way, on a good lap, he might put VFX under threat here. He's
What
a
about
good.
Smith? Where is Smith on track? Because he could also.
Smith is
He
down
could
on
be
his
close to. Oh,
time.
he's down on the time, yeah.
Shooter up by 2 tenths. So
This
as it
could see him in
stands,
P3.
yeah, this could see him P3. Can he put a mega third sector and challenge Basil? Might be a tall order for Shooter, but that is good pace from him to keep up with the likes of VFX and Baz. Aston Martin across the line,
And that is P3.
and it is
Well done.
P3 by a margin. So
Well done.
that is
I think that's
qualifying, gentlemen.
Okay.
Srikanth did finish, I think, P14, I want to say. Not entirely
I
sure.
didn't pay much attention to the latter half of the grid.
I think
myself.
there was a shout out to him in the comment section. P12 for Srikanth, a full 4 seconds off the pace. Uh, but that is Redstone
That's a
with
great
pole
field
once
spread,
again.
Malav.
Yeah, imagine
Fantastic field.
pole by 7
tenths.
tenths, 8 tenths if you round it up.
Absolute,
That is just insane.
absolute dominance. And what about the rest of the field? I think last place would be some 7 seconds odd behind Redstone. If we can very
Let's
quickly
have a
make
look.
it before the timer runs out. Oh, almost 8.
Wow.
So this is going to be interesting for two reasons. Number one, that we have a two-stop race,
Yeah, it's a mandatory
two-stop.
two-stop.
That's going to make it interesting, and I feel the field spread is going to make it traffic a big concern over here. And it's a dry race. Although never say never, it
Yeah,
could
it's dry
rain could
right
suddenly
now.
come up.
Yeah, I'm hoping it does to just throw some chaos. As
Definitely.
someone has left the
Oh,
session, I hope
EB
he can
has
join
left
back
the session.
soon.
Definitely. So, Malav, were you here? Were you doing comms the last time we had the Monaco race?
I hope not. I don't
Season
remember doing
11.
it. But this
Season
is a
11.
race that I absolutely despise commentating on. Frankly, Caesar, if you're watching, I don't know why you put this in the calendar. Maybe because we haven't had this for a while now. Maybe it's 7-8
Yes.
seasons, if not more, that we've
Not
that
7,
we've
8
had.
season. It was, I know it exactly. It is 27 months ago because it was my last podium.
Okay,
To
and
date.
which season was that?
Season 11.
Season 11. All right, so 4 seasons back is when we had
Yes.
Monaco, and for good reason.
Very memorable race.
For you, yes, but I think no one
Personally,
else.
personally, I'm very biased here.
I think Nishan got his first podium, IRL podium, I think in his debut season. It was way back when Nishan and I were teammates in season 2. And I think
That's
I
F1
didn't race.
2020,
That was 2020, yes, F1 2020. And I didn't race that weekend, but Nishan did, and I think he got a podium, he got a P3 there. So, and of course, how can I forget the memorable Nishan pit stop strategy where he pitted maybe 10 times, and every time he was impeding Smith, who was the race leader. But here we go, formation lap on. Let's have a look at the tires, and we see two people on
soft
softs,
runners. And they're in
and
the
everyone
top
else.
5. Wow.
So
That's a gamble.
yeah, and if Shooter and VFX can get a jump on at least one of the cars, Baz would be I mean, he's on the inside of the field. He should be fine, but you never know. Those softs can give you those extra meters off the line, and that would be all the invitation likes of Shooter and VFX might need to get in front of their good friend. Redstone, of course, would be hoping for a good start. He should be fine, I think, as long as he is
The
good with the
question
release.
also arises, what strategy do you really go for? Because we are probably thinking that these guys are crazy for going for the soft tire, but maybe they have something very,
Yeah, I think.
they thought it out very intricately, just going very aggressive, or maybe just pitting on lap one. We don't know
I
what
think for
exactly they're planning.
VFX, yeah, I think for VFX it might make sense if he wants to get into a podium position. Might just want to drive in clean air, and pitting early affords you to do that. But I don't know the strategy here for a two-stop. Is it a soft, medium, medium? I don't know if that works, or you need to absolutely use the hard tires. I'm not sure. It's what,
I
a
think you
36,
could do a soft
36
medium
lap
medium.
race
That
over
should be
here.
possible.
35,
39
36
lap
laps.
race.
39 laps, yes, 78 laps in real life. So 39 lap race, and the formation lap is more or less done with.
Almost over. Would you like to do the race start?
Yes, once we're off the start. I think, Chips, why don't you, since you do
Gladly.
have live feed coming in for a change?
Thank you. I'll be very glad to do that. So as we wait for the cars to take the race start, we have under the drivers 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and when the lights go out, we go racing. It seems to be a good start for Redstone Dub, a good start for URL Basil as well. I think Shooter's got the better start, and he and Vifix are very, very close as we go towards turn 1 Sandiport. Everyone seems to be through mostly clean. I don't think there's any contact further back as well. Everyone seems to be very well behaved, but Redstone, he's got the perfect start, and as I said that, we have a yellow flag. I think there's Deadly Mosquito who may be missing his front wing. I don't know who he's made contact with. Probably someone around about P9, P10 or so, because he was around about in that section. Shrivats, he needs to make moves. Gangster, Gangster has put himself in a very good position. We have another yellow flag. Is that at the hotel hairpin? I'm not entirely sure, but nonetheless, we'll not focus on that. Shrivats is looking pretty feisty. Let's see if he can do something. He's been pretty feisty the whole season. He is currently P2 in the standings, and I think he would want to hold on to that. As we go through the chicane, I think that was a little aggressive. Shivats wants to make some moves. And up front, though, already we have a 1 second gap between Baz and Redstone. So I think we can lock it in as to who's going to be P1. Although, having said that, I would be very keen to see what strategy is like. We could see somebody win the race on strategy, maybe get a podium out of strategy, so never say never. But as we end lap 1, Redstone has well over a second's lead at this point.
Yeah, and it's in fact VFX on the softs who's getting caught by Gangster here. VFX has more of a gap.
Damage? Because
Let's
it
have a
looked
look
like
at
while they
his
were going
card.
towards turn 1, Sandavort, I think Vifix may have just tapped the wall ever so slightly while trying to avoid Shooter's car.
He was on the outside at turn
deep.
1, and
Yeah.
he's barely keeping in touch with Shooter. In fact, it is Gangster who has kind of closed the gap a little bit to VFX, but I think VFX might just be settling in, and those soft tires won't really last a long, right? I mean, what was giving it, what, 5-6 laps or more
I
than
think
that?
this Monaco we have seen tires last quite a while here, so I would probably say optimistically, I think maybe yes, 6 or 7 laps would be what we can expect these tires to go, but no more than that. And the medium might go like 12 laps or something. So would be a tall mountain. Although safety car is not out of the equation here, we could definitely see a safety car at some point in this race.
Yeah, and you don't need to be battling someone else to get a safety car over here. You might just put it in the wall by yourself and bring out the safety car. So you never know. Gangster still hot on heels of VFix. VFix now, while I don't really think DRS helps you you're on the main straight. You don't really gain a lot. It's a really tricky section to follow in the third sector. So I think overtakes are at a premium. Yeah, hit car did seem to
Just
ghost
ghosted
for
for
a
a moment
while.
there. He's lost 3 tenths all of a sudden. So I think he may have made a bit of a mistake there. Maybe he's not disconnected, but he's really in some trouble here.
Oh, VFX!
Oh! And he's out! And Gangster running at the back of him. I'm
If he
sure he has
saves-
damage as well. And that's a safety. I think that's a VSC. Gangster is having to
VSC.
take a long way around. Shrivats has a penalty. I think that is a bit unfortunate. He also has damage. And that has, well, I think turned the race on its head already. 3 laps in, Vifix hits the wall. Gangster is unfortunately tangled up. Shrivats has a penalty. And I think we're going to see some strategy, Malo. Baz pits, alright, and Redstone has stayed out. He could have pitted, but he stayed out. It's a VSC, so most people opting to get their mandatory out the way. Somebody stayed out, it's Alpine, I think it's Raman. Alpine staying out well. Oh, I think Shrivats has to double stack. Shrivats had to double stack, and that is going to be very, very slow for him because Shooter had to do his pit stop as well. Shrivats also has a wing change and a 10-second penalty.
Painful
This
for
is
Shrivats.
going to become a minute-long detour for him, all of a sudden.
And the VSC is still out in force, by the way, so he's kind of still saving time by going through this pit stop.
Azun is P3. I didn't expect it to be saying that at the start of the race. I think he's qualified. He doesn't usually do qualifying, so I think he was about 13, 14 or something. So, well done. Oh no, he was in the top 7, sorry.
Right, but McLaren
slow today.
P3, P4.
Wait, green flag.
And we have green flag Basil on the hards. And Redstone has a 10-second gap to Raman now.
Isn't this the perfect dream situation for Redstone right now? Because he has clear air. He has no threat from behind. He otherwise also didn't really have much threat from behind. But right now, he just needs to pull out enough of a gap to do his... I think he could do his stop under green flag as well and not lose P1.
Yeah, I think that's right, because even if the likes of... even if Basil catches up to Azun might not hold him up, but Raman will. So, I don't think Baz is going to have this easy even with a cheap pit stop. And behind them, is it Ver 9111? I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but Shooter is getting... I think he'll soon start getting impatient there. He's on the hard tires, so of course they will take some time to kick in. And did Gangster just pass Wahid?
Yeah, he passed him. I think Wahid probably led him through. So fair enough, you don't want to really be... you need to manage your race correctly, and I don't think... I think Wahid knew that Gangster is not really his race right now.
Right,
Baz has caught up to Azun, and I think we may see a switch at the chicane, not in the tunnel, because that would be a little dangerous. But, oh, never mind, even before the tunnel. So, okay, Azun being the beautiful teammate that he is, and getting out the way of his teammate who's made a pit stop. Well done. Let's see if Shooter can get past. War 9111 will not really let Shooter by, and Shooter's having to really slow down. Is he going to go for a move into the back? This is going to be feisty. Side by side, going through towards the back. There's some contact, some wheel banging, but I think it is all fair, although the storage room may tell a different story at the end of the race
that
weekend.
Was some move by Shooter. The grip
well
that
done.
he got out of the chicane.
Bravery.
Yeah, that was really good move by Shooter. He's into clean air now.
Trust people to go through side by side into Tabac, even on a good day.
Yeah, I think the purchase he got out of those rear tires out of.
Oh, that was phenomenal.
Yeah, I think
unlike anything else.
Yeah, Gangster on the move again. Did he just overtake Nishan?
He overtook Nishan, I think, on pace, or did Nishan also wave him by? Gangster was doing phenomenally. Let's not forget, until that little moment.
And look
there.
at this now, all aboard the Ramen train now. Now this
Ramen
is
is not
going
to let them by.
Ramen is not going to make this easy. So, does Bass try something similar to Shooter, where he just waits until the exit of this Ramen, going a little bit defensive? Bass!
Bass! That was not on the cards, and that's a penalty, and Ramen's been spun around, and Bass... Oh...
Well, there were two comments called fair racing just before this action that we saw unfold. I wonder what Caesar and Jin think now. One of them is a steward, one of them is an appeal steward. Wow. That was uncalled for. I think Baz was just
furious.
Yeah, I mean, he has every right to be.
Right to be. That is not on the cards. Although, I think I don't know. Is there any argument one could make for Raman shutting the door when? Oh, who's that going to the wall? War 9111.
I think he was overtaking, or maybe he was battling
into the wall.
and
I think he
definitely
was
has
just
damage.
outbroke himself. Who's this shooter and Raman? So Raman's already had a pretty bad experience at the chicane on the previous lap. I hope there is no repetition this time around. Shooter, he'll be frustrated behind the Alpine, but it's just part and parcel of Monaco. You will catch up to a slow car at some other point, and usually it's pretty difficult to get past. This exact situation actually reminds me of my race. I was holding up Basil for the longest time, and I didn't let him pass at all. So pretty
At least he didn't
interesting
dive
play.
bomb you. Here
Yeah,
goes.
and believe me, we got very close to that, and it was very very dicey, and it was exactly this combination. I was in the Alpine, he was in the Aston,
Aston.
and yeah, some
Shooter
30
is
laps
just
ahead to the
trying
top.
everything in his book to get
Oh,
past
this is
Raman.
exactly. Well, I think I've just awoken something in the Alpine team there because he's doing exactly. Oh, that's War hitting the wall. He's lost his entire
Yeah,
wing.
he's
He's
just coming into
pitted,
the pits.
and Raman's held off shooter.
Yeah, Shooter is
So
getting impatient now. You can see
I think
him driving in anger just because he wants to get by, and he's clearly the faster car. He's on the better tires at this stage of the race. Is he going to go around the inside? No, Raman cuts him
oh,
off. But well, I
oh,
consider Shooter more level-headed driver than Baz is. So let's see. Oh,
usually
you can
Baz,
see.
it's quite uncharacteristic of Baz to go for a move like that. I would not really think it was something he intended to do. It was just an unfortunate situation. But I think more than likely the blame would probably have to fall on Baz for that one more than anything else.
We are not
And
doing three people comps. I'm sorry, not in Monaco. We are not.
uh, that is going to
Uh,
be utter chaos.
right. I'm still on board because this is very close between
This is
Shooter
really fun. This
and
is
Raman.
also a little bit of a flashback for me with the incident, with the events I said, because this is exactly how it played out all those seasons ago, all those races ago. And
Yes,
yeah,
DRS
Baz,
is
sorry,
closing in.
Raman's
I don't think
still
he has
holding
enough
on.
of. Yeah, I think he has to
Oh,
stay
go on,
behind.
Raman.
Yeah, so Baz
Yeah,
has closed up to Redstone a little bit. I think the gap was 13 seconds last I checked.
shoot was
Now it
so
is
close. Yeah,
10.7. And Jin wants us to focus on pit entry and exit.
I was gonna say
Uh,
War 9111 may have cut the entry, but I think he has some reasoning for that. Is that he had no front wing, as opposed to some damage as Shooter runs into the back of Raman. I don't think Shooter will be very happy. He's lost what 5 seconds to Azun, and let me calculate this. I think it's 12 seconds to Baz. So definitely his frustration can be understood. And Baz himself has a almost 10-second gap to Azun. As Shooter,
I think
this
Raman just
is
slowed down and just kind of parked on the apex, maybe unintentionally, which did not allow Shooter to get a good run out of the hairpin, out of the chicane. And as it stands, he's still stuck into P5. He might be kissing his podium goodbye at this rate, Shooter.
oh, well you never know. Oh, yellow flag at the tunnel. It's an Alpine deadly mosquito. Oh, he's sideways. That's Schumacher style. What's happened there? And there's a car coming from behind. I hope he's still posted at the right point. But what happened to Deadly Mosquito there? That's a very odd place to have a moment. I think it
I
has to be
think,
contact, doesn't it, Mala?
yeah, no, I think he tapped the wall, unless he was battling another car, but he might have just tapped the wall there. The
Well, it's
does
very
Redstone
weird that
have
the
damage
car
now?
got
I
his
want to just
bottom
check
out
one
there.
thing.
I think
Does
he's just
Redstone have
managing
damage?
it. I think he's managing it.
Okay, but he's lost 5 seconds. It was 13, now it's
5
8.
seconds?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I understand managing. He's coming
Oh,
into
he's
the pits,
pitting.
and so Baz will overtake him, but Baz himself has a 10-second. Shooter still stuck behind Raman, and Gangster still stuck behind Smith.
Strategy is going to be paramount here. Baz takes the lead, and Shooter still stuck behind
Look at Raman's
the
car.
Alpine.
It's all over the
And
place. He's riding the curb at awkward angles. If there was a real
what
person in
is
there,
Raman's strategy looking like? Medium, medium, soft?
I have no. I don't know how long tires go on this
Because he
track or
has
this
to make
track.
2 stops, so that
Yeah.
would be
I think right now he's just praying for
little bit
another
of
safety
problem.
car so that he can pit and
Yeah.
at least get some of this time back. In fact, Shooter won't mind a safety car either because of the time he's lost. There is
We'll
a
have
yellow flag
another
somewhere
yellow right
and
ahead of them. It's right
right
ahead
ahead
of
of
them.
them.
I
Yeah, I
don't know
think
who it
it's
is. Deadly, probably
was
Mosquito.
it Redstone?
He's pitted, so
Oh
he's
yeah, he's
behind
pitted.
Azun.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to be behind Azul,
Yeah,
and Azul
and
lets him
Azun
through as
will
well.
wave him by. So
Well,
okay, fair enough.
I
Azun doesn't
don't
want
know
to
why he would
get
have done
involved.
that because Azul's teammate is.
Azun, I think he chooses his battles wisely. He doesn't want to really fight drivers that
I get that, but it's your teammate who's in
can be
P1
involved.
who's trying to run away
I think
because
Baz
he's
also
been
is in a pretty dire situation here. He has a 10 second and he has to make
10 second.
another pit stop. So,
Yeah.
well, most people have to make another pit stop here. Some have to make two pit stops. One of whom is Raman, who's actually been holding on to that position very well. And
And
I
Smith
think
has
this is
caught
going to
up to
allow
this.
Smith to catch up.
Yeah.
And there's a Haas there in the background. That's Gangster. Gangster will be frustrated. He'll be, I think, furious, I think is the correct word, with that series of events. He will want to make amends, but Raman really doesn't seem to be in the mood to let anyone past him.
So,
Right
despite
now.
the safety car, the virtual safety car under which Basil pitted, Redstone is now more or less at par with Baz here because of the time penalty for the McLaren. So, I think Redstone is still very much in control of the pace. He will close up to Baz a lot in the coming laps as
Oh, that's
Gangster tries
Gangster
to go
and
for a
Smith.
move.
Yep.
Someone wants us to focus on Srikanth, who is 21 seconds Jishnu behind Srivaths and 5
He
seconds
has
ahead
made
of
a pit stop though,
Sid Venkatesh.
so
Oh, he
he
wants us
could
to
be
focus
challenging
on
for
this as
some
well.
points.
Yeah,
Srikanth,
probably points on
we
the
have
cards for him.
we
I
have
don't
some
rule out
traffic
another
ahead of
safety car either,
Raman.
considering
Yeah, exactly.
the battle
You
that's
never
going
know.
on so far.
You really never know. It's the field spread is still not as large as it otherwise could be, and it is still early days in the race. We are approaching the half distance point as a shooter. You
There's
can,
contact.
I think, you can feel his frustration there as Raman slides through Anthony Noakes. That is not the way you want to be ending your lap. As Gangster and Smith, Gangster trying to go down the inside, outside. Where's he gonna go? He is gonna go to the back of Smith's car, and that is gonna send Smith into the wall. Does Smith have damage? I think he does. Maybe
Srivaths
front
makes his
left
way
and
through
right.
as well.
I
And
think
Smith,
Smith may have no. He's done.
well,
Wing
no
looks to be
visible
intact.
damage. I
Or there
don't know
could be
if there
that.
was contact. Maybe
There
Smith
was
just.
contact. Ever so slightly. It was like he was nudging him into turn one.
Yeah, I mean,
That's just a
probably just
characteristic of
very
Monaco.
slight.
Probably
Yeah.
can't blame Youngster for it. But
Basil, by the way, losing 4 seconds to Redstone, just casually. I think Redstone's fresh tires coming up alive and is in good amount of fresh air. They can just pump in those lap times. Basil, of course, staying out for now as Shooter very close. You could insert a paper between the two of them. But yes, still behind Raman. And Raman, wow, this
oh,
is. It's just
this is brilliant.
carbon copy each lap where Shooter is trying everything to get by. He's not
Yes.
getting that as a zoom
Azun
pits.
has pitted. He will come out behind. Oh no, he's gonna come out behind this bunch, and depending on what Raman intends on doing, Azun might just have enough time to catch up to them, or at least reduce the distance
Well,
between
Jen
himself
wanted
and
to see some
Smith.
pit exits here with Ojen.
And that is neat and tidy. I think
Yeah, very well behaved.
classic of Azun. Well
From
done.
Azun.
As wow, look at this train. Oh, I know I'm going on and on, but this is exactly. It's very nostalgic in a way. I was the leader of said train sometime back in the exact same team's car. So, well, that ended in a podium. So never rule out Raman. Maybe he could be challenging for a podium right now.
He could very well
Sorry,
be
by the
because
end of the
everyone
race.
behind him needs to make one more stop. The problem is Raman needs to make
He
two.
needs to make two. Yeah.
So he really needs a safety car here. Or if not
The
now,
only people I think he's helping out right now are Baz and Redstone and Azun. Everyone behind him is going to be just
Azun, yes.
pulling their
I
hair
think
out.
Baz. Oh, there's a yellow
Oh,
flag.
yellow flag
There's
is
a-
Wahid
someone is,
Rahman is
and
out,
it's a safety car.
and that is at the Chandak corner. And Ramin pits. Is anybody else going to follow him in? Oh, everybody follows him in. All those behind him. Shrivats gets another penalty for a collision with
Srivats.
Gangster. Oh, I think that is just the game being ridiculous as per. But is that a full course or is that
It
another
is.
BS? Oh, it's
It's
a
a
full
full course
course.
safety car. Yeah, you've seen that
Full course, okay.
yellow dot, and
Are
well,
we gonna
Basil
see
gets another pit
Baz and
stop here.
Redstone pit here? Are we gonna see Baz and Redstone pit?
See, this makes it difficult. The only problem is Baz has the
They
10
can.
seconds, so Redstone will still come out ahead.
Baz,
So I think
yeah,
Redstone should just pit.
that is the case, but they can get their second pit stop out of the way, and they have a
Exactly.
30-second gap, and it
Exactly.
is under safety car. It is the perfect situation. They have to pit here, especially Baz, because he can really salvage a good position out of this here by just timing this right. And Redstone, I think, well, I don't know what Redstone intends on doing. Maybe
But
he
do you
has
think
trust in his
do you
pace.
think the hard tires can go 24 laps from here?
Yes, given what we've seen with Raman, he did what 13 laps on the mediums. I think if you nurse the tires well enough, we could well see a 24 lap, 23 lap stint on the hard tires. Let's see what Redstone is also pitting. So well done. I think it is the only sensible call here. Baz with his penalty, Redstone into the pits. I think they will both go into the hards, no question about it. And yeah, well done. I think Redstone and Baz have the race sorted. It's a question. Oh, he has damage, Baz. I didn't know that. Where will Shrivats come out? Because Shrivats has a penalty, and he has to. I don't think he has damage, but there's
It
another.
might
It's
just
the second
might
penalty for him
still
in the
yeah,
race.
but he might still salvage a podium here and all that. He's
Oh, he's
staying
staying
out.
out. All
Why is he
right, that
staying
is an
out?
interesting call. Maybe he doesn't trust that the Hards will go the distance, as we are assuming they are. They will. Uh, but he
But
does
he has
have
a
a
chance
penalty, so that is
to
a little
unless
confusing. Yeah, exactly.
he is confident that he can get it removed and he pits under green flag
Well,
conditions
it
later
won't
on.
really matter though, will it? Because he has to make a second pit stop, and the penalty will nonetheless be served at the second pit stop. So he
Yeah.
is gonna have
Yeah.
to serve it in any case. May as well serve it behind the safety car
Yeah, but if he
and
serves it on the second
lose.
pit stop, if that pit stop is under green flag conditions and there are no more safety cars after that, then he can get it removed, right?
I think it's a.
I mean, it's a gamble. I wouldn't do that if I were him. I would still pit and just get rid of it.
It's still gonna cost him track position, and as we've seen with the shooter, track position is extremely important around here. If
Well,
you
Shooter,
get
after
behind the
all
wrong
that,
car,
remember he was gunning for P3 at one point. He's now in P6 after the round of pit stops. Rivas, of course, did not pit. Azun on the mediums, I'm
Gangster
not really
jumped
sure.
him.
Yeah,
I'm not
Gangster
sure how
jumped.
Gangster jumped him because they were inverted when they went into the pits, unless one of them had to change their wing.
Wing.
It is likely because they were following in very close proximity. Shooter also did tap Raman's
Yes.
diffuser a few times, so I think there may have been a little bit of damage because of that.
And Azun on the mediums, I'm not sure. They are definitely not going to last until the end of the race. So he's banking on another pit stop or a safety car, probably during the same time as Raman does pit now. Now, why would he do that?
He didn't need to do the extra lap. He could have just come in immediately.
He did lose
So
at least did he lose positions by doing that? Azun will overtake him as well.
he lost the position to Smith and to Azun. So, but he has also made his stop. Now the question is that the right call for him? Because given what we've seen here, I think there is a likelihood for another safety car. And even if Raman had not made his
We are
mandatory
not
pit
even
stop right
halfway
now,
through the race yet.
yeah, exactly. I think there could have been some more strategic games here that Raman could have played by being, holding track position.
Right.
I think
so,
that is
if you could do
misstep
a
by him.
quick recap of the race while Nishan gets a time penalty under the safety car. I don't know how he has managed to do that. But yes,
Or the
Chips,
track
a
limits.
quick recap of the case would be nice, of the race would be nice while I go get some water.
Well, absolutely. So, for those of you who are joining us a little bit late, it is lap 17 of 39 in RL season 15 round 6 Monaco Grand Prix. It is a midnight race, and we saw Redstone take pole by about almost an 8/10 margin to P2. And he blasted off at the start. He had a fantastic start, I should say, rather. A very good launch, and we had two drivers starting on the soft tires, opting for a bit of an aggressive strategy. That was Shooter, who's currently running P5, and Vifix, who is unfortunately out, as you can see. Their aggressive strategy was, I think, a little dicey from the get-go, but Vifix unfortunately clattered the inside wall at the well chicane and on lap 3 and was out of the race. That caused quite a bit of commotion behind him as the car following him, that was Gangster, and the car behind Gangster, Shrivats, they both, well, they, wait, I think I've made a bit of an error here. Gangster lost his front wing and Shrivats got a penalty for contact. And then we've had a few more incidents up and down the field. We have had another retirement in the form of Wahid Rahman a few laps ago, which has caused this current safety car. And Redstone Baz have completed their mandatory pit stops. We have two pit stops in this race for all the drivers, and quite a few guys have already managed to do that. As welcome back, Malu. Shrivats has not done his mandatory, neither has War 9111, and its AV14 has also not done his mandatory pit stop. Everybody else can get to the end, although will the tires support them in that equation? Yeah. That is the question here. That is really
car should be in this lap. Yes,
it is in this lap.
The confirmation, and well, let's see. I'll be on board with Baz to see what he does and if he can get ahead, or at least try to get ahead of Redstone. Will be difficult with this kind of a track layout.
Redstone will launch at Raskas. Like at the exit of this corner, this upcoming corner, he may just choose to go here because it may catch them out. And alright, that is on cue. So thank you, Redstone, for following the script. There's some chaos going on here. The Haas
contact.
The two Haas cars having moments there, and one of them is lapped. That's AV who's lapped. Smith gets a penalty. I'm assuming that is definitely going to be reported and removed. Oh, there's a lot of chaos here. The Haas driver, I think that's Gangster, has had a torrid restart here. He will be absolutely furious. Shooter gets a penalty. Smith gets a penalty. And with the Shrikant and all this, may just have a chance of probably getting up to maybe P8, P7. He's currently P11. No, he's sliding around all over the place. Yellow flag still in force. I'm not sure why in Sector 3. Oh, Shrikant sliding around here. So a lot of drivers having some issues in the midfield there, but Smith and Shooter, what exactly happened there? I think there may just have been.
I think there was a lap car in between of AV and, well, so many years of F1 games, they still can't allow lap cars to overtake.
It's too difficult to code it in.
Yeah.
Why do you need that, huh? It's not like it causes problems to league racing or anything, yeah? Does it?
Well,
a penalty is normal, you know, league racing. Penalties are part of league racing. It's fine, no problem.
If you came here for the classic tips rant on the F1 games, well, there you have it. I have baited it out of him.
It's been a while, and I think we've all at some or the other point been victims of this.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
Well, not me maybe, because I've never been fast enough to battle cars that are lapped. Usually I am the car who's being lapped. Shooter, by the way, once again stuck behind cars. I feel bad for Shooter in this race because Azun is not able to overtake Smith, and Shooter goes for a move here, or he tried.
It is a reverse situation here. Ram is now catching up to Shooter, and I think in a few laps, if Azun keeps at it the way he is right now, he's not obligated to let Shooter by under any circumstances. He is racing for position as a Shooter. So, and Azun has also made his mandatory pit stop. He is on the mediums. That is a bit of a problem here. Gangster and were completely going off track. I think there, although he did go slow enough, so no penalty for him there. I think, but War has to do another pit stop nonetheless. Rahman is now catching up to Shooter, and
so do expect
maybe Shooter is going to give him a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah, role reversal there, but not by intent. I mean, Shooter does want to go faster. He wants to attack rather than defend, but then there are two cars in front of him, and well, we are in the jewel, so-called, of the F1 calendar as well. Oh my God!
What happened there? Sidvi just did not slow down. Was that like because War hit him, or something into turn one.
Well, we
Approaching turn
caught
one,
the
because that
end of
was
that
terrible.
sequence.
Yeah, exactly.
And there is
I think a
no
replay
front
would do
wing.
us well, but yeah,
No front wing
Sidway
for
is.
Sidway.
Oh, that is
Nishan has
painful for
lost a
Sidway.
bit of his fronting as well. The right hand plate is missing. War would have had damage. Yes, he does on the right hand plate. And well, in shooter land, he's still stuck behind the car.
And I think we need.
Oh!
Oh, shooter! That is not
That
what
is
you need to
contact.
do there. Wow.
I think
He
he just
almost
brushed
repeated
the
what they
tire
fixed it.
there. I think he's just
Yeah.
about managed to
He's a
save his
lucky
front wing.
man. He's a very lucky man right now. Saved himself a world of pain, or as we otherwise call it, a DNF. And Raman is now on the receiving end. Shooter is really loving these balls. He's actually replicating Charles Leclerc here, but unfortunately not the 24 one, but the 2019 one. If you have seen that particular race, so Shooter, is that frustration? Is that just two innocent mistakes there by Shooter?
Well, I would want to put it to just two mistakes unrelated to what he's feeling in the cockpit. Sid Venkatesh in the pits to get a new front wing. But yes, you got a feel for Shooter here, and I think pretty soon Gangster is going to catch them up as well. So this is the Smith Chart train, everyone aboard. And Smith himself, to be fair, is not really far off from Srivat. So it's not like he's,
he's maintaining a respectable gap to Srivat.
A gap to here goes Shooter, by the way. 2/10 is the gap, but well, the gap will diminish. This is the corner where he had that event with the ball, of course. Now this time it's in fact Raman who has hung back a little. He probably doesn't want any of those. Doesn't want to be doesn't want to be collateral damage in case.
Oh, Shooter hits the wall there at the exit of swimming pool. So Shooter's getting very close to the walls here. I think he needs to be a little more careful. He is still running in a reasonable position. We can understand his frustration, but I think it's better to finish a race than maybe risk a DNF. And Shooter's very close to the walls here.
Well, here we go. Battle of the noons here. Srikanth with his laggy car, Laggy Williams, is chasing down Srikanth. And he hits the wall. Or maybe that was a glitch as well. But I definitely saw the Williams bounce off the wall at the exit of turn one there. Raman, does he have damage? Well, not visible.
I think he's just holding back. Maybe he just doesn't have the pace to keep up with them throughout. Maybe he's just not very confident.
I wouldn't say that about Raman of all drivers. But I'm not sure. Maybe he's just playing it safe. He knows there's no way.
I think it's Monaco. It's nothing to do with Raman himself. Some people just don't have the exact confidence on Monaco to keep going at it lap after lap. So maybe Raman's just not very comfortable around here. And otherwise, he's a pretty fast driver. We've seen him do some pretty audacious moves as well.
Speaking of Smith Shah, he has closed down the gap to Srivat's. Remember, Srivat's
did not pit. Much older tires.
And much older tires, exactly.
That could be a consequence of that. There is a question here. What is Azun going to do? 15 laps to go, 16 laps including this one. The mediums will not go 24 laps. He has to be banking on another safety car at this point.
Which tire did he start on? Azun, he started on the mediums,
probably
I think.
Soft tires, I think.
No, he started on the mediums.
No.
Only two soft tires.
Everybody in the mediums.
So he's doing a medium so far, it seems like. So
he might pitted, right? Or did he? Is this his first pit stop? He has pitted.
He has had two pit
stops. Azun, I think it's gone medium soft medium or medium hard medium, because we didn't really expect the second safety car. As the yellow flag again, Shooter has out. Shooter's retired.
It's safety.
At the same corner as Vivek. Oh, I did say that he's very close to the wall there. Somebody's exiting the pits as well. So we don't have a full course safety car yet. So Shooter, that is not required.
Baz in the pits, by the way.
Yep, Baz is pitted. Srivat's, I'm assuming, will come in. Srivat's, does he come in? Yeah, he comes in, alright. Baz will still emerge in P2, so he's made a third pit stop. Maybe Caesar will take notes regarding that for the next Monaco race. Baz has emerged in P2. Smith has stayed out. Obviously, he's not chosen to get rid of his penalty. I think is confident he'll be able to get it removed in the.
And Azun going on his used hard
Azun
tire. So
has
he
gone
was
on to
doing
a
a medium,
hard
hard,
tire.
medium,
Yeah, medium,
and
hard,
now
medium.
back to his
We didn't
hards.
expect the safety car, so that was
Yeah.
pretty
But I think
unexpected one
he
himself.
should still be fine here. Smith has a
This is
penalty.
fine for Azun. It's a pretty good outcome, I
He's
think, all
fresher
things
tires than the rest
considered.
of the field.
Yes.
And now Baz has
Nishan.
fresh tires as well. So if
Shrivak
he
is
really
pitting.
has pace, he would be on the heels of Redstone.
The thing is, it's a VSC. He'll have to gain 20 seconds
Oh, I didn't.
under
Oh,
green flag
my bad.
conditions.
I'm sorry. I just
Raman
thought.
gets a penalty.
Raman.
Oh no, Raman. And Gangster gets past him for good measure.
I think he just mistimed well when he when he bolted, but and 21 seconds comes down to 14. How did that happen?
Somebody made a mistake. I think it has to be. Maybe the
How do
timing
you
towers
lose
made a mistake because how do you gain 7
seconds?
seconds? Well, I think Baz is maybe cheekily gone through the chicane, Novel chicane. That is a good time save.
If there's a safety car
wow.
now, do you think Redstone is safe if he pits? Do you think you can do a safety car? I mean, do you think you can do a pit stop under a safety car within 14 seconds?
I think it's too close. I think it's like a 15-second buffer that you need. It is not a very long pit lane here, so under safety car conditions, if we can maintain this gap of about 14 seconds, maybe we will just emerge in front of Baz. It will be a very close race at the pit exit as these two are going at it. Nishan and Shrikant is going the Carlos Sainz line through the final chicane. AV has pitted, he is running 13th and I think it's a lap down already, so it's not really much consequence to this event. But Shrikant and Nishan are looking set for points, although having said that, any driver we really focus too much on has usually not had a very good time around here in this race. And this is lap 27, we still have another 13 laps to go including this one. Shrikant, very close to back of Nishan.
That is some erratic driving by Shrikant, and I think Nishan.
I think it's just the game engine is not very confident with the handling of the car, probably. Not very keen on how it handles, but this is the closest battle on track right now. Through the chicane we go, that is, well, it's a lapped car. I don't think that's.
And just keeping an eye out on the gap between Baz and Redstone hasn't really moved. So
it is static right now.
Yeah, so Baz really
wouldn't really
has not been able to
tumble down, given how Redstone drives.
Well, just I say that he just gets 3 tenths out of nowhere in just one corner there.
Okay. Shrikant absolutely clobbers the wall there. That is a very interesting way to start your 28th lap of the race, Shrikant.
I think he's lucky to not. Shrikant!
Oh man, you were saying, Malav?
Yeah, I was just saying he's lucky not to DNF, and well, he has DNF'd his wing at least. Jishnu would be very happy to see that piece of footage.
Cheering, I think, brilliantly happy. And he's absolutely clobbering the wall there for some reason while going through the Masane.
Alright, I think something that I wanted to say a while back is Shrikant is losing place to Sid Venkatesh now, and probably is arriving on the scene fast. But yes, it was Shooter who was kind of keeping this race alive by at least being in some kind of battle and just chasing another car for a position. Now the Shooter is out of the race. Look at the gaps that we have.
I think we're going to see a lot more battles as well as War breaks very early. Shrikant broke early and still managed to go over the chicane, gets a penalty.
No way he was able to stop the car in time.
It's understandable he doesn't have a wing, but
I think he just gave up there.
Change your driving around it, so compensating for the lost wing, but Shrikant just didn't seem to want to slow down for that at all.
Right, now this theory, Chips, which VFX has just put in the chat, that there's a yellow flag somewhere. Is it Shrikant again?
Yes, it is.
He's just
and he is
unable to come back in the pits now.
Maybe to
this is a bit comical now. It's sad and comical at the same time. The Red Bull
going for the mediums. Okay.
Right. So
definitely
this theory, Chips, that
Yes.
Baz is a special conditions merchant. I think in his title winning season, you saw that a few times that he won when special conditions are allowed or rather announced. And well, this race, not exactly special conditions. Well, you can call it one because you have a mandatory two stop, but that's more of a forced thing because the game kind probably disqualifies you if you do just one stop and you start the final lap having done just one pit stop. So the gap is closing by about 2 seconds now, but
I think that's Redstone also taking care of his tires a little bit.
yeah, I
Baz can
think
push
he
all the way to
can.
the end.
Yeah,
Redstone has to nurse his tires a little bit for another 10 laps or so. We could see a battle maybe say around lap 6 or so.
no, I think it was just probably a glitch. But let's be on board
Maybe we
with
can
him,
switch over to
Chips.
him for a moment. Okay, let's have a look.
And
So,
maybe you want to take us through this
to
lap.
Casino Square. Gladly, I've learned some of the corner names. I hope I remember. Sorry, I learned all of the corner names. I hope I remember some of them as we go through Mirabeau into the Grand Hotel Hairpin. This is one of the best places to view F1 cars outright across the whole season. As we now approach Poitiers, this is where Pascal Wehrlein was rotated 90 degrees back in 2017. The very famous tunnel, Redstone in control, 12 seconds gap behind him. We have somebody in the pits, I think that's Gangster. To the chicane we go, and Redstone attacking it. I thought he would take it a little bit more cautiously, but he is still as aggressive as usual. Through to back, now approaching the swimming pool section. Redstone is very close to the wall, as is the case around Monaco, but he is still well within control. He knows what he's doing, much like Kimi Raikkonen through Raskas and now Anthony Nogues. And as we start the next lap, Redstone's gap is still 12 seconds. I think it is a matter of just bringing the car home here without getting a puncture. That's what Redstone's trying to do. Even if he loses 3-4 seconds in the process, it's okay to him.
Yeah, I think should be comfortable. It seems like, of course, 8 more laps to go, including the after this one. So let's see how that pans out as Srivatsa has caught up to Azun. There's of course a lap car of Deadly Mosquito is in the pits. I wonder if he's going to retire from the race
There
now.
is one thing, however, that we can consider. Azun, if he holds up Shiva, might just help Smith build a 10-second gap, which may help him hold on to the podium. Having said that, though, Shivats is on fresher tires and he was showing some very good pace. He's been the victim of two very, very unfortunate penalties here.
Yeah.
It was the one where he collided into somebody under yellow flags that gives you a 10-second outright, which is like very difficult to justify even under normal circumstances. But he had to serve them in the pit stops, and he's lost quite a bit of time with this war. What happened there? Through Tabak just lost the rear end. The car just had no, it just bottomed out. By the looks of it. There was a lot of trouble there for War, but I think luckily has no damage. Srivats has the penalty. That's not what you need here. This is Raman. This is Srivats. So she's still behind Azun. Azun is in a very good position here. Well, we may just be interviewing Azun for all you know.
Podium here.
Yeah.
And of
he's
course,
also on the correct tires now, so he's no longer on those mediums which were dicey. Will they make it? Won't they make it? He's on these hards which can go the distance
so
without
I think
any issue.
At this rate, if Azun does not intentionally hold up Srivats, I think Smith will lose his P3 as well, considering his tire age.
Would probably become a P5, yeah.
Srivats with his 3-second time penalty will be able to finish within 7 seconds of Smith just to get that position.
I think Srivats and Azun really need to maybe just take a common goal here of catching up to Smith, or maybe just staying within 10 seconds of Smith. I think that should not be too problematic given that they are on pressure tires.
Losing, in fact, he's losing time.
Smith is losing a lot of time. I think the tires will be falling off. Maybe we can go on board with him and have a look at his throttle inputs and such. Oh, what's happening here? The two Haas cars, I don't know.
Yeah, it was AV.
I know why they're fighting one another. It's very odd. This is Raman and Gangster, and there's some contact there with the chicane. Is it take two for Raman? almost is. Oh, it was.
Oh my
Damn,
god!
this is not what Raman needs here. And they're still side by side. Into Tabak. Shrikant
Shrikant
is
is
retired. Oh,
retired!
there's some contact. That's a
Shrikant
safety.
has crashed.
That's a VSC or a safety
It's not
car.
a safety car yet, it's a VSC.
It's a VSC. Oh, it would be. It would have been cinema if we had a safety car right now. But wow, Shrikant in the background as we were following these two, Shrikant just I think drove into the same. I don't think we've seen. Have you seen the F1 channel earlier today?
No.
Charles had posted a video of Shrikant clobbering the wall at the exit of the chicane. I think he's clobbered the exact same wall
I did
today.
see Charles posting something, but I don't really pay attention to anything he
He
does.
just posted a clip of Shrikant's season 11 D2
I'll
race.
just watch it
and
again.
I think
Was it Monaco?
Shrikant's just done deja vu here. Yeah, Monaco, exactly this situation. He clobbered the inside wall there as what's happening here.
We have a season.
3.9.
Oh my
Azun with a
God,
drive
Azun.
through. That's why I was gonna say how has the gap come down so much between Smith and Azun?
No,
It had
the
come down
gap
to
was
3 point something. No, it was 5.5, but it had come down to 3.7. So even though they're on pressure tires and you can really strategically gain time, Azun had gained too much time, and I think
well,
that
if Baz can
shows.
gain 7 seconds,
Oh, that is
chips.
extremely unfortunate. Yeah, indeed. Baz has, I think, got a. And I think it's still a little too difficult for Baz right now. Azun comes into the pits very carefully. No pit entry cuts there, at least from what I could make out. Maybe somebody else will have sharper eyes than me. Nishan and Raman, no. What's happening? Why do you have a yellow flag? Is that Raman?
I think Raman did have.
Although, he is missing a right end plate.
He is missing a right hand plate, and
he's
coming
pitting.
into the pits.
Oh, Raman's race has just not been ideal
He's
whatsoever.
not going to lose any position out of it.
But it's still very frustrating to have to pit so many times. Baz.
I think there might be just time for one more safety car here. Get everyone bunched up.
Well,
Get
we have
the
a very
lap
nice
cars
green
also
safety
in the
car
mix.
over here. Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, recipe for chaos.
He didn't change his front wing, Olive?
I think he probably forgot to
He's not
select
changed his
yes.
front wing. Probably.
And
unless he added downforce at his pit stop. I wasn't really paying much attention. While he was in the box, I was looking at the drop down order. War and Sid are very close, P9 and P10.
right, so
That is the
Azun
closest
is
battle
15
on track
seconds
right now.
off. His
He's
service
clobbered the
drop,
wall, and that's damaged, and that is a missing end plate. So that's.
I was
I
just
think, a
wondering if he
reminder
can
of just-
close up to being within 7 seconds, sorry, 10
The
seconds
walls are
of
very
Smith,
close
but that's not going to
around
happen.
here. Yellow flag. That's a Sauber. It has to be War.
Has
War
to
and
be
Sid
War.
were very close, and now they are very
Not.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so Srivats is going to get ahead of Smith, so he's going to finish on the podium at this rate, considering the change in penalties. Gangster is now catching up to Azun. So Azun, he's lost a position. He's lost 2 positions effectively. He's going to lose 1 more to Gangster now. Or is he? I mean,
Srivats finishing, yeah. Yeah, you never know. Given what we've seen in this race, anything is possible.
Yeah.
Azun
And,
not having a good time.
yeah,
right
despite having that front wing damage, Azun might still hold on, or is he not going to fight this one?
This is going to be reminiscent of Shooter and Ramen, I think. If well, let's see what Gangster does as we go towards the Nouvelle chicane. Is he going to go down the inside? No, he's not. I think he was a little bit careful about it. And as we go towards Tabak, he is going to try for a move here. And, well, I think Azun just saw that coming, saw that he has no end plate. And, yeah, this doesn't make sense to fight in there. Mosquito and AV are battling it out. And how do they have a... Oh, that's a bug, I think. The gap between P11 and War in P10. I think because they are a lap down, they are not having a very fun race. I think Redstone's going to be lapping them very soon. Is he?
He is. He is going to lap probably Nishan very soon.
Yeah. He is well and truly ahead. Baz has caught up, but there's just not enough laps left.
Yeah,
for
not
him
enough.
to
3 laps after
try and
this
go for a
one.
move.
I want to see this battle now.
Thing here is, will Srivats be able to
versus-
get ahead on track? Smith is on much older tires and he has to be struggling. Oh, and as I say that Srivats has a nice drift out of the Well, she came through the back we go towards the swimming pool. There's a blue flag. There's a slow car ahead. I'm not sure who that is. That might be a Red Bull. No,
That's
that's
it,
a RB.
Venkatesh.
Oh, it's
In his
Smith's teammate. That is not the assistance that Smith needed here. As look at Shrivas is on the back of that RB. And I think towards turn one, though, that is just not going to result in him being able to get past up into P3 on track. Both of them have penalties, but obviously Shrivas with the 3, Smith with the 10-second. Although he is still very, very feisty here as we go up the hill towards Massenet and Casino Square. Shrivas is, well, he's hot on the heels of Smith's RB. Let's see if he can maybe launch in. I believe Smith is going to struggle at the traction zones here, like exit of this Nouvelle chicane, maybe the entry of the tunnel. But okay, Shrivas is losing a little bit of time here. This is Azun, and Azun is pitted, alright. He was going to be P6 in any case, better to do it with a fresh set of tires than struggle
just
around on old
might
hard
as well
tires.
have some
Yeah,
fun on
this
those
is Deadly
fresh
and
softs.
Ramen. So teammates are not being very helpful to each other in this race. We saw the two Haas cars cause pandemonium at the restart. We saw, I think it was, Azum almost
Yeah, you have to take
making
avoiding
contact
action
there.
there
He
just
is
to avoid.
frustrated. You can understand his frustration. There was a podium on the cards here for Azun, and it has ended up with, I think, at best a P6. But never say never. I think Smith and Shrivats are very close. We will probably get back to that in a bit, or maybe right now. Shrivats. This is the penultimate lap, by the way. The race seems to have just flown by despite multiple safety cars. There's been a lot of action through and through. Mosquito with a penalty, which is not very consequent of anything. Gangsters managed to close up. If these two battle the way they are, and I think they keep at it, maybe Gangster can gain 2.5 seconds and probably get past Smith.
It is
Possibility, but I think
possible,
it is a
but yeah,
far-fetched possibility. 2 seconds in 2 laps.
well, it
Well,
is possible because Smith's
it is
tires would be
entirely possible,
really
yeah.
falling off a cliff here.
As Shrivats, so frustrated, he locks the rear there as it's just so desperate to try and get past
I don't
Smith. He
understand why
wants to
he's
get
trying to
ahead.
do that. I think probably
Because he
because
wants to take no chances if Smith can get his penalty removed.
well, he has a 3 second
He wants to be
anyways,
ahead.
Shrivats.
Maybe
So
well, actually, yeah, it is just 1 lap to go. He can't really gain
yeah,
3
I don't
seconds in
think
1
he
lap,
can
can
gain
he?
those 3
As
seconds.
Smith is going very deep through Raskas and Anthony Noak. So drivers are going very wide through Raskas. What an exit Shrivats got. But it's again going to matter to nothing because Smith had the DRS from, I believe that is Nishan. As Nishan gets out the way, but that has very tactically given DRS to Smith. As we go into the final lap of this race, Redstone is approaching the chicane right now. We'll switch to him as he's coming up to the Raskas and Anthony Noak section. But
Yep.
yeah, this battle will rage on all the way to the end. As you can see Azun still trying to get past Raman. Oh, there's a little bit of contact here. And behind them, though, we have Redstone. Yeah, coming through Raskas, approaching Anthony Noakes. It's been a phenomenal race. Pole by 7 tenths. I don't think there was any doubt who was going to really win the race.
Yep.
Coming across the line,
5 out
Redstone
of
there.
5
What a victory.
for
What a
Redstone,
victory.
and it
Well done.
is
Baz in
once
P2.
again.
A good finish by him. He can be happy with that. What about Smith and Shrivats, though? We should be having a look at that. Maybe last lap dive, last corner dive possibly. He's getting some great purchase on this set of tires. Are we going to see a move here? I don't think we are. I don't think Shrivats is going to risk it here. At this point, Smith will not have any DRS though, so we could have a battle to the line here. We could have a photo finish. Will we? I don't think it's going to be that close. Shrivats does get ahead. He also has a penalty, but there you go. Smith down to P4. What about these two? Gangster in P5. He gets ahead of Smith by how much? What's the margin? 3 seconds. Oh, never mind. I just wasn't looking at
That
the
was a
margin.
huge margin.
I
By
just didn't
Gangster,
notice it
so-
previously.
Yeah, the Gangster really caught up in the last
has not
couple
been
of
able to
laps.
get past Raman. So, never mind. He may still have a chance here. Maybe a tactical switchback or something into the final corner. Maybe a drag race to the line. No, Azun gets a terrible exit, and that is the end of his
So
race. A
Raman has
disappointing
frustrated
P7.
2 drivers all race.
A
One
lot
was
of drivers,
Shooter,
yeah.
and
A lot
then
of
behind
drivers.
him, and then Azun in the final stint. But That was not bad, Chips. It was not as boring as I expected a Monaco league race to be. And well, we have a few drivers to thank for that.
You
If you
need an
can,
Alpine for that, yeah. Yeah. You need an Alpine to
always,
spice things up.
always,
Always, yeah,
absolutely.
always.
So, Chips, you can get quickly if you can get Redstone, Basil, and Srivats in the party chat. We'll have a quick word with them.
Definitely. Stone, I don't have Shrivats added, and well, they're not online. Oof.
Let
Do you
me
have
see
them
if
added?
I don't think so, but I hope I can manually add them to the party.
I am manually added. Baz, if you can add Shrivats, that would be nice. As we should run through the order once before we start the interviews.
Well, I have already started adding
It's a black
Srivats.
screen, so it's
Yeah,
a black
because
screen anyway. So there's no point to doing the order, as the game tends to do this sometimes at Monaco races. There you go, Redstone's here. 5 out of 5, Redstone. Having a great time.
Hi, boys.
Greetings.
Greetings. Good to hear you
I can
guys.
barely hear Redstone. I don't know if it's the same for you.
No, I can hear him. It's like he's talking from one end of the room, but I can hear him pretty reasonably.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
I
it
know
better
he's
now?
talking, but I can
Yeah,
barely make out what he's saying.
yeah, it is better now. I hope all of you
Uh,
can hear him.
Is it better?
yeah,
Yeah,
much better,
Cool.
Redstone.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start with you. I think we a couple of people yet to join.
nobody seems to be joining in. Yeah,
But yes, that side tells us how bored you are of winning by huge margins. 5 races entered this season, 5 wins. I don't know if you. I mean, we were just wondering in the chat if you have already made. Thank you, Chips. I don't know if that's Redstone, by the way. But I don't know
yeah.
if you've
No,
already
it's me.
done that record of winning all the races you have participated in a season, but you seem to be on track of doing that in season 15.
I mean, it would be nice to get that as well, but let's see. I made it particularly difficult for myself. I think I cut the pit exit line. I had a bit of an oversteer, so I knew that was a clear cut fight. I'm not sure could have kept it in, but felt like my rear of my car would have been outside. So I just wanted to make sure Baz doesn't get within five. So I was actually sending it. Broke my wing also last couple of laps. So
Oh, we didn't notice that. But
yeah, it's
talk
just
about
like
qualifying,
yeah,
Redstone. Seven
yeah.
tenths, almost 8 tenths was the gap between you and Baz in P2. And I think it was a 17-7 that you put in on your last run. How did that go? Like we didn't expect. We expected 17 maybe, but not a 17-7.
Qualifying, I don't know. I don't know if the others feel this way, but like on this game, Monaco is not particularly enjoyable. Feels like there's no grip and the front just keeps washing out. I've tried different setups, but it just doesn't work. And again, like qualifying, I think I messed up one wet session. It was important to get the timing right this time. It's more about like not even like pushing hard. Just make sure that you're clean, like good on traction. Seemed like a decent lap. I didn't expect the gap to be that, especially given Baz is pretty good in the wet. So not sure what happened there. But anyway, GG, good race to Baz also. Tough luck with the 10 seconds. And GG to Srivats.
All right, I think has Shivas joined by the way? I know Baz has.
I have sent him multiple invites, and I think he's
All
not
right, let's see if
some
he
error
can
with his.
join. But Baz,
Yeah.
welcome to the
Yes. Hello,
podium. I
Baz.
think this is your back-to-back second podium, right? I think you got one in Jeddah as well. So congratulations on that. Talk us through your qualifying and your race. You had a 10 second. You pitted in the safety car. At any point, did you feel that you might just get Redstone on that strategy because Redstone stayed out?
Um, yeah, congrats, Redstone. That was a great race from you. And Chirinos as well on the podium. I think Smith is getting his removed, but regardless, great place from all. I'll start with Corley. Corley could have been better. I think my last run wasn't particularly great. I kept getting impeded, or there was always someone just ahead whenever I'm doing a lap, so it could have been better. Yeah, then the race, I don't know. It's what could have been, I guess. Maybe I think if I was ahead, there was no way he was getting past, just because of the characteristics of the track. But yeah, I think it's the best I could have done. If you told me where I would finish, I think I would take P2 any day.
Chips, any questions? Sorry, I completely moved on to Baz without asking if you had any questions for restaurant. So I
Well,
think
actually, the both of them can answer this. Did the safety car change very drastically your strategy, or were you intending on doing a medium hard medium? Sorry, medium hard for the most part.
I was planning on doing a medium hard hard. Medium hard was never on the cards for me. But I feel like it was too early for me to box. I understood that, of course, I would have to catch up, but I knew I had the pace to at least get close to him, which means I had another pit stop to do. So maybe I could have done an undercut, never know. But difficult to say. But in a normal race, medium hard was my strat. I don't know what Baz was thinking.
Yeah, no, I had the same strat, medium hard, but I would have pitted a few laps earlier just to get the undercut.
Okay, fair enough.
all right, Chips. Any other questions? I think Srivats is not gonna join us, so that's where we are with podium interviews. Thank you, Chips, for joining us. Congratulations to
Thank
Baz
you.
and Redstone and Srivats once again. That was pretty entertaining, I would say, as far as Monaco races go. The Redstone probably not so much for you, but for the midfield, it was. But we are halfway through the season, and Redstone, of course, you have a commanding lead. So next race, of course, in Belgium. Then we have Austria and Britain. So good luck to everyone for those races, and we'll see you next week, same time on the Friday evening. And until then, goodbye, take care of yourselves, and good night.
Thank you. Bye bye.